Hey guys, welcome back to Model 3 UK. I do apologise, I haven't made a video in a long time, and I am aware of that. I just guess with the whole furlough thing, I've lost my motivation. I've just felt a bit flat lately, to be honest. I was furloughed back in April, and then finally in November, my company called me back into work, and I was like, yay, I'm back into work, and 3 days later, they put me back on furlough again, which could last, let's face it, until March next year again. So yeah, I've just lost my motivation. I just have no purpose, it feels like, in life anymore. I just sit around all day, back in the old furlough uniform here. As you can see, the old PJs are back on again. And yeah, Netflix is my new friend. I think I've almost completed Netflix, in fact. But anyway, I've made a video today because Model 3 Parts have sent me something they want me to review. Now, this is not actually available on their site just yet, but I believe the idea is it's going to be very soon. So let's have a quick look. I know what it is already because I have had a quick look of it. And long story short, it's a holder for your charging cable. Now, actually, in my garage, I don't have anything like this. So when I unplug my car and drive off with it, I end up with the cable just laying on the floor inside the garage, which is not great, I'm imagining, but yeah, this is a nice little holder for it. There are no instructions in the box. There is this thing, which is an adhesive promoter. So I guess this promotes adhesion. I'm not quite sure how I use that yet, but these are the sort of components that come with it. There are no instructions, so I'll, yeah, I believe it's pretty straightforward though. This goes on the back here, and this goes this way up. So let me just move this over here so you can see. This goes this way up, so you can basically hook your charging cable around the back of this once you've plugged your actual head in or socket into that. And I'm guessing this is some sort of sticky pad thing that goes on the back of here to just give it a bit of cushioning so it fits nicely on brickwork and stuff like that, I'm guessing. You got your screws and your plugs in there and everything, so that's all included for you. You haven't got to buy any of that. And yeah, I guess you just put this, you rub this on the back of here, and then that's what yeah, basically makes it stick. So yeah, I'll stick it up on my wall and we'll have a quick look at this closer once I've actually put it up. Okay, so I've just used the adhesive promoter on the back of this piece here, and I'm going to stick this thing to the back of it. There you go, I've stuck that thing on now. I don't believe it's perfect, but it doesn't matter really. I don't think it's, you know, it's close enough, to be honest, so I'm happy enough with that. And then I'm going to obviously now put that on the wall and screw it in. There we go, so that will obviously, there's my little thing. I did make a mistake on this center one at the top here. I started off small because I didn't know what drill bit I needed, it doesn't say. So I started off small and just worked my way up, and eventually got to that one. I was like, well, that one's too big because the green plugs just keep falling out. So I've got, what's that now, eight plugs to hold it on, or 8 screws to hold it on. So now I'm going to screw this to the wall. Okay, so one thing to note, I found there's 2 kinds of screws in the packet. There's one obviously with the point, and there's a shorter one which has got a flat end. So I believe that the longer, pointier one is what I'm using to screw this into the wall, and then the shorter, flat-ended one is what will be used to screw these, sorry, this piece to that. Because you can see there's some holes there, and then there's also these little bits that stick out here. So I believe that's what the flat ones will go in. Right, so that's now screwed onto the wall, nice and tight. You can see, I don't know if you can see, the little padded bit on the back there. That's that red thing, whatever it's meant to be for. I guess it goes on the back, but I could be wrong. And yeah, now it's the moment of truth to stick this piece on and screw that on and make sure it actually goes on nicely. Okay, so that's it. It's on the wall now. I don't know how well you can see this because it's obviously quite dark, even though I've got the lights on in here. But yeah, there are, you probably can't see, there's actually 5 holes in here, but the 5th hole in the middle doesn't appear to do anything. I have 5 screws, but the other, the 5th little stumpy screw just doesn't really go in. It just sort of rotates around and around and around. It feels very loose, so it's not obviously screwing into anything. So I'll put the 4 in. This thing, it does rattle a tad, but it's not coming off, and I can put a fair amount of weight on that, and that is not moving. So maybe it's designed to rattle a little bit just to make it easier to get in and out the plug. But up until now, once I pull my plug through here, my charger, sorry, it literally, mine one just sits on the floor down here. So now it will be a godsend. So I have to thank Model 3 Parts for sending me this, because now I can put it up here. And I believe this has a 2 sort of like functionality thing to it, because obviously you can put the actual cable into here, but you can also then wrap your cable around this bit here. So let's give that a go and just see how that works out. There you go. So now I've pulled my charging cable through. This is pretty much its home as of normal. I've got the end on it, but I'm pretty certain this is probably not the best thing to do for it, to leave it on the floor, but I haven't had anything up until now in which to store it on. So here is the moment of truth. Will this go in here and hold it nicely? Plugging it in. And, well, yeah, it does fit in. It's a little bit wobbly, but that might be my doing, but maybe it's meant to be like that. So there's a bit of give. That way, if someone knocks it, I suppose, it doesn't just, like, yeah, put a lot of pressure on it and crack it, I suppose. So that makes a lot of sense, I suppose. Lift it up, it comes out. That works quite well. Let's try the cable over the top loop holder. There we have it. That's it. I mean, obviously it's not the most tidiest of presentations there from me, but yeah, and this needs a bit of a clean because obviously cobwebs and leaves have been picked up, but it works. I mean, if I take this off as well and put the cap on the end, I don't think it's going to work because there's a little notch in the top here, and there's a little like tooth up here which it locks into. That is plastic. It feels really hard, but it might wear out over time. I don't know. It depends on how you treat it, I suppose. But if I put this on, yeah, it's not. It does kind of work, but it's just pressure fit. It's not really sort of holding it in. That kind of works better because it locks it, I suppose. But I don't know if that leaves it more exposed to the elements, you know, condensation and stuff like that on the actual connectors inside there. So, but it works, and it means now my cable's off the floor. The actual head nozzle is off the floor. So when I do want to park my car in this garage, it will actually be out of the way now. So yeah, I mean that's my kind of initial thoughts and review on the actual product. It seems to work fine. The cables, there's plenty more room for more cabling there on top if I want it. And it was a very simple install, and I'm not a DIY person at all, as you probably can gather, but that seems to have gone on pretty easy, pretty simple, and I don't know why I've been putting off putting this thing up for so many days. So yeah, there you go. If you have any questions though, please pop them in the description below and I will do my best to answer them. Don't forget, if you've just found this video by chance, there is the Model 3 UK Facebook group. And yeah, you can ask questions on there. There's a plethora of people, lots of codes as well, and yeah, hopefully this product will be going on the Model 3 parts store very shortly once I've given them pictures and video reviews and blah blah blah, blah for them to sort of have a look at. But yeah, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Take care. Bye bye. Oh wow. Just a word of warning, only a slight one. This adhesive promoter, I left it on top of this plastic thing here, which has got all my jewels in it. You can see it's actually melted the plastic. So I'm not entirely sure what's in this, but you might want to wear gloves, which I'm obviously not. But also don't let it touch anything that's plastic and sensitive, because it could wreck it. As you can see here, I'm trying to get you a good angle on it, but yeah, it's actually melted the plastics.